Who wasn't there today?
Excuse me?
The 40-year young lady was supposed to be there.
Well, that's the thing about these classes. People either don't come or they come late and they miss out on a lot. So today we're going to be talking about smart plans. So log into your command account.
I'm already there. Okay.
Are you logged in?
Yeah, I'm already there. I was there working.
Okay. So click on smart plans. Okay, the brief overview of smart plans is this is a way to automate your contact with your database. In other words, what you're going to be able to do is you text them and you'll be able to email them on an automatic basis. It doesn't have to require your actions to do it. You set them up, and then at a fixed interval, they will be contacted either by text and or email. And there's a number of things, and I'll show you how we'll do it. But the idea is that you can stay top of mind with your database without having to be making the call. Well, you do make the call, but the text or the email, it sends it out automatically. You have, with the text, you have to be subscribed to Twilio. Are you subscribed to Twilio? Twilio?
No, I don't know.
Okay, without that, we won't be able to do, let me see here.
When I was something I had to do.
Yeah.
What happened? I don't know what I had to bring. Truly, I see all those things in the project. If I don't, I can.
Well, the thing is,
Twilio.
Twilio, yeah.
I never read this thing, so it's new terminology for me. Is something I have to buy or something?
Yes. Because you have to correct this, so you need to set up this one in Marketplace. We'll do that in a minute.
Okay,
Because you have a number, with Twilio, you have a number of alternatives. There are different levels, depending on how many how many text messages you're gonna be sending out per month, it'll charge you according to that level. So in other words, if you're sending, the lowest level, I think, is 300 credits. And so that means that theoretically, one credit is one text, but it could use up more than one credit, because if it's too long, it's going to take 2 or 3 credits. If it has some emojis, it'll consume some more. So the lowest tier is 300 credits, but you have to have that to be able to text people. Otherwise, the text won't work. So we'll work on that in a minute. We'll set it up. But today, what I want is to set up is to get an overview of how smart plans are done and how they're created. So as I said before, they are the way to keep automation working in your favor, so you can stay top of mind with your database. So now let's set up. Let's create a smart plan. There are 2 ways to create a smart plan: the easy way and the hard way. That's not really true, but it's kind of true. So the idea behind that is that if you create it the hard way, is you create it from scratch, and you have to be able to know what's going on with each step, right? So let's try the hard way first, and I'll show you the easy way. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay, so as you recall, the top right-hand corner, the green buttons are where you create things. So we go and create.
Okay.
Now you do have a name for the smart plan. So let me ask you, what do you want to do? You have to have a purpose in mind to start off. What would be a reason to talk to your database?
To let it, okay, for instance, to send messages to potential leads, generate.
Let me ask you a question. Does everybody do all those people do they know you're in real estate?
most of them.
They know you're in real estate.
Some of them.
Okay. One thing that you could do is send them a text that your new number is gonna be, it won't be your number, it'll be another number that Twilio will assign to you, right?
Okay.
So, one of the things that you could do is the first smart plan would be, hey, this is Miranda Harris, this is my new business number, you can text me here, and you'll be getting this, so add it to your contacts, right? So, you can use a text and an email for that. So let's create that particular smart plan, and then you'll see how this works. So let's call it.
Mine has, oh,
No, I have a whole bunch of it. So let's name the smart plan Intro to Twilio. Just to say Twilio number,
on
right?
that, you see mine, mine has,
No, listen. You're gonna create one. So.
let me see my screen.
Okay, give it the name's gonna be Intro to Twilio. Got that? Are we on the same page there? And then create the plan.
Yeah.
And as you will see, you have 3 different columns. On the left side, you have all of the things you can do. In the middle is where you're going to be working. And on the right is be the results of what you're working on, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send a text. So we click on this particular widget and we drag it to day 1. Let me show you how I do that. Look up on the screen. Click on send text and you just drag it up to day 1. Got that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now you need to say, how are you going to introduce yourself? So, good morning, and here comes the magic. Pay attention, because this is the important part. Below the box, you'll see something called a merge tag. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. We click on that, and we have a bunch of alternatives. So we have contact first name. Click on that, and what's going to happen is each person that you send this text to, it'll say, good morning Miranda, good morning Jessica, good morning Paul, good morning. You don't have to do that. The system will do that. So the merge tag will be well, not the identifier, but it'll make it individual. So it'll be not good morning you all, it'll be good morning Miranda.
Person, yes.
So it's personalized. Okay? So good morning.
So just put.
I have a new texting number, and it is, and whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 4. Please add this to my contact info so you know it comes from me. You can text me or call me. Okay? And there you go. You have your first. Now, there's some idiosyncrasies you gotta remember. So are we on the same page right now? Okie dokie. So when should the text be sent? Normally it's sent the first day of you start the plan. Okay?
Okay.
And then you, on the bottom right hand corner, it says add step.
Detail. Add step, okay.
You
So
click
the
on
first-
that,
and the first day
and you have your first step in a smart plan. Right now you got a smart plan that works. We're gonna add an email to it just to make it a little more complex. But you have the first step here. Excuse me? Yeah, so, right, that's right, we will. So, once you do it, it'll be able, so look what happened, we have the widgets here, we're working on, and this is the result, right over here. Good morning, contact name, blah, 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 blah. Now, send the text, right? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing we're gonna do is send an email to, what do you call it? Sort of confirm that, right? So we can, what do you wanna do? Send it at the same day, or you wanna send it the next day?
So you can send a text today and send an email tomorrow?
That's, you can do that. I would do it that way, but some people do it both the same day, it doesn't matter.
No, it's overwhelming.
This way is that it gives you, it hits them once and then it hits them
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
That's my thought, I don't know if that really
Yeah, it's
makes a
okay.
difference or not, but, so, look at the middle column, there's something called add day.
Okay.
You click on that, and it says, in the second box, it says wait 1 day. Do you wanna wait 1 day, or do you wanna wait 2, or do you wanna wait 3? How long do you wanna wait before you send the email?
Just 1 day because I already sent the text.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, you can tell it,
You can
wait
take what
5
you
days or whatever. Because sometimes it may be more important to give it some intervals, okay?
Yes.
And we'll see those in some of the other smart plans. Okay, so wait 1 day, then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna send an email. So we're gonna click on the send the email box on the left side and drag it into day 2. So now, you see that you have a subject, you have to tell it what it is, right? There's like a subject line. So, again, we can say intro, what do we like here? Intro, I don't know, let's say intro to my Twilio, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Twilio number. And then you can also tell it, so again, good morning, and you want to be able to do the merge tags, right? Now, in this particular one, you're gonna see that little plus sign between the brackets and above the box. You see that? It says insert merge tag.
Yeah.
Okay, click on that. And again, contact first name, last name. You can do both, right? You can do email, birthday, whatever you want to put it. I would put the first name. So there you go. Okay. So now, same thing. Hi, I am sending, whatever. I'm gonna just bunch of letters, doesn't matter. Now, when you can also create a signature here. That's a long process, but we won't do it right now. I'd rather do it on a one-to-one, because it's something that may be done with PC coaching or in conjunction, but it's gotta be something a little more intricate. But look at what I do. You click on signature, look at what happens to mine. And I have, oh, mine's not there. Oh well, how about that? Ooh, I need to go check it out. Okay, something's wrong with my, but I already have a signature. So, we can do it now. I can show you what I'm doing. So, let's say it's called, I don't know, AWNE signature. And then I want a different kind of font, Arial, and I want it to be, I don't know, 14, and then I put it doesn't matter. I'm just going to give some, just like this, do it quickly, and then we'll do it later. You put Ever Williams Realty, whatever. Then we save it, right? I'll give it a name so I can identify it later. As KW signature test. I'll save it. And so now we go to the email, and it says signature, and then I click on that, and it shows up right there here at the bottom. You see that?
Maybe.
I'll do it again. I click on add signature, and it added my signature in there.
Oh, I see that.
So you can make it as complex as you want. I made it simple for the class, but that's as complicated as you want it. So now when should the email be sent? Day two, anytime. You can do it early morning, in the morning, afternoon, or in the evening. You can change, you can decide when you want that. I would say early morning, just because I like doing it that way.
So you bring to send. Okay, so I did what you just did. I did that. I added signature to mine. And how you get to the send it?
And then-
Send from.
Are we at the same place?
Yeah, send from. Same place will take unless I do another one. This under the signature it says send from to check this. Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Got it?
Yeah. When to send. You say when to send. What date and time to send. Oh, you can item there now.
Okay.
So you can say every morning, every evening, or okay.
No, yeah, it's a time of the day. So I did it
Just pick
early
that
morning.
time.
So add step.
Yeah. And then you add step.
Yep. Well,
And then you are.
now, something that is very important, you gotta keep doing this so you don't lose. Keep clicking on save plan. Because if you make any changes and you don't save it, you're gonna have trouble with it. You'll lose everything you did. So we keep going on save plan every time you make a change.
Plan.
And now you have a plan. You have a smart plan, right?
Smart plan, yeah.
Yes. So you've created one. So now we're gonna click on the X and we're gonna go out of here.
Okay.
And if you look on in your smart plan library, the last one you did is this
I do like that. So you set up.
one. No, you go to smart plans. These XRP things.
When was next?
Oh, you didn't save it?
I did say.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. So, how do you use it? Because as it is right there, it's useless, right? You don't know. So you need to add some of your contacts, and that's why it's important to have the first thing is get all of your contacts into your database, okay?
That's what I did for me.
Yes, but if you have the plan, you can send it to those 4 people you already have it.
I have
Right.
one of my, I was doing that while I was in.
Okay, well, good. Okay, so look at what happens. You have, on the right-hand side, you have like a little person with a plus sign.
Yes.
Okay. Right, if you look here, see, there's no contact for this one. There's none. It was created today. It's gonna be 2 days, and it has 2 touches. In other words, two touches to your database.
Yes.
So we're gonna click on the little person with the plus.
Okay. Oh, that's what I contacts there.
And now it says add contacts to your smart plan. So, do you have a test contact that we talked about?
I did not do a test while I was just putting them in my contact. I need to do that. So, so I would not have to click select all.
No, well, in my case, I'm gonna look for I have me, so I'm gonna put me,
Okay.
and I add that to the database, so we go here, it says Paul Hunter, the other one is another Paul Hunter, but this one is the one I wanna add, okay? So I click on this one, and now I can add to the smart one. Are you there?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
That's
so
what-
add the smart plan. Now look at what happens. You can do this if you can start it today, or you can start it in a week. For example, if you have for the 4th of July, you should have some smart plan for the 4th of July. You created it today. Obviously, we're way ahead of the game. So you can say, start now or start on a specific date. So you can say July 3rd or July 4th, right? So that way, it starts the day you want it to. Okay? Now, another important thing is if you have more than one contact, here, let's try that out. I want to show you something. It's really important because you can stagger the, let's see, let's cancel that. So let's add Paul Hunter and Ronald Reagan. Now, that's all. Here, Ronald Reagan. Okay. So look, I've added 2 people to my smart plan, right?
Yeah, I see how to add them now.
Okay. So look what happens. It gives me another option that didn't give me before. It says staggered start. If I had say 300 people, I don't want to send it to all those people at the same time because first of all, the system will, like email system will flag you as a spammer. Yeah. And the same thing with text. You don't want to send more than maybe 100 a day, maybe. And the other thing is if those 100 people call you back, can you handle 100 phone calls? So you would stagger them, say 15 a day or 20 a day, right?
Yes.
So in this case, because I have more than one, I can stagger, right? I'm not gonna do it, but, so I can start now, I can start it on a specific date, and I can stagger it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I see.
So we won't stagger them, we're just gonna start it today.
Okay.
Now, every time you start it, you have this little warning here about the TCPA. You gotta click on it or it won't let you send it. This little box, you gotta click it.
Okay.
And then you confirm. And that, now it says, if you look it up here, it has an intro to tool that has 2 contacts. Started, it was created, duration 2 days, right? Now, that is the hard way. Was that really hard?
Not really. As long as follow the steps, it's okay.
Was that hard?
Not really.
Not at all. But that's the hard way because you got to create it from scratch, okay? And you can make it as complicated. You can. The other thing you can do is, for example, it's I'm gonna use another one to show you a really cool feature. In this one, which is something similar, I have a text, an email, and I can add a day where I can add to smart plan. See the bottom box on the left hand side? I can add to a smart plan. So, if I have a smart plan that, say, I want to introduce to my database and I have a new number, but I also want to send them their, like a monthly neighborhood nurture. What that means is that every month they're going to get what their house is worth, more or less, what the neighborhood is doing.
Okay.
That's a smart plan.
Yes.
So we can add a smart plan within a smart plan, so that you could make it as complicated and long as you want to, okay? So I'm gonna add, in this particular, this is the same thing, just for another class, but, so what I'm gonna select, let's see, monthly, neighborhood nurture right there,
Neighborhood nature.
okay? And that would be on day 3, send it in the early morning. Just, that's me, you could do it anytime you want. So we add that step, and I save the plan. Okay, that's very important. Now the plan has been saved, I can X out of there, and I can add to this. Hold on. If something doesn't look right, just refresh it, because that way it'll clear it all up. Okay, so we have, wait, something wrong. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so it's all there. Okay, good. Save the plan, got it. Okay, so now we're gonna add to this plan, we're gonna add just me right now. I add to the smart plan, started, I read the TCPA disclaimer and I confirmed. So, if you look at this, now my new Twilio number has one contact added to it, okay? And, let's see who that is. In the first intro to the one we did earlier, I click on the little I, and I have two people, Paul Hunter and Ronald Reagan. On the second one, I click on it, and it's Paul Hunter only. So, question so far, Miranda?
Oh, I'm just digesting what you told me. So, in essence, when I get active with all these things, I see that I can add a contact, and then when I create the smart plan, I can decide what I want to say. Then I'm going to give it a time frame that I want to go out.
Yeah.
And then I can go back and do another smart plan within the smart plan.
Yeah. One important factor, you cannot change the smart plan once you have contacts in it, once it's added. So if you, that's why I want to show you that, because you can do all these things before you add contacts. Once it's running, you have to let it run or remove all the contacts, make the changes, and then add them back in. Let me show you, because that's a very important aspect of it. So let's go back to the one we did earlier, and we're going to remove, because I want to do something. So we're going to, we're going to at our contacts, select all of them, and confirm remove. Okay, and remove those two contacts. So now I can go in there and change it. Because look what happens on these. Well, let's go to, I want to show you the other one. If I try to change the one that has a contact in there, it'll tell me on the right hand side, this is an active smart plan, editing is limited. So because that way it saves you from doing something that might screw up your smart plan. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the one we just created. And now you can add another day, and then you can create a task, for example. So what is the task name? Say, create a, CMA for the contact, right? And then description, I will look at properties, blah, 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 blah. And then we are going to do the same day, right? So we add that step. And what it's going to do is going to create a task. It'll show up in your notifications as something that you need to do for this particular individual, right? You can also make a phone call. Now, it's not going to make it for you, but look at this, the cool thing. Make a call, right? And so you say, let's say, follow-up call. Now, the really cool thing is that you can have your script here embedded. So, for example, if we're doing in bold, right? I am in a competition for referrals, blah, 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 blah. So when it shows up on your task list, you can call this person, wherever that is, and say, hey, by the way, I just wanted to let you know I'm in a because your script will already be there. So I'm sure it looks like.
Say what you want to say.
So you don't have to think about it when you in the morning you're there ready to call people, like, what the heck am I talking about? This is one of the things you can talk about right away. So we add the step and we save the plan. We X out, and now we can add context to that particular smart plan. So let's again, Paul Hunter, blah blah blah. Yes, I know, we've done it. Add the smart plan. So now you have a smart plan that is completed with everything you can add, right? You got a text, an email, a task, a smart plan, call. Okay, so now it keeps you honest, organized so you know what to do with the next step, okay?
So for the phone call, it just letting you know you have to make that phone.
It tells you when the task comes up, I have to call Miranda Harris and tell her that I'm in a competition, blah, 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 blah. It won't make it for you.
But you have to do that.
So, yeah, so you have to make the call, but it tells you what to say.
Yes.
So it's kind of a cool feature. Okay. Now, we're gonna do a smart plan the easy way.
Okay.
If that was hard, was it hard? No, it was easy, it was easy. But now we're gonna do it the really easy way. If you look up here, at the top, it says Smart Plans, and then it's Plans, and this is Library, right? If you click on Library, that will give you all of the smart plans that have been published throughout the years by all the Keller Williams Realty in the world, all the agents. So you click on that, and you have featured some that are done by Keller Williams, some that are top rated, and the new ones. Okay, those are the four categories. But you can also search by names of the smart plan. So for example, the one that's really important is the open house, right? Or door knocking. Let's try the open house. So look at this. It has 762 plans for open houses. So you go in there, you can see how many downloads, what their ratings are, who published it, you know, just all of these different ones. So but you can go in and look at it. So let's view the steps. This one, that is the best one, is a 21-day smart plan with 7 touches, and these are the steps. The first one is you send the text. The second, you create a touch. Fourth day, the fourth day you make a call. 7th day you send a text. 11 you make a call. 14 you make a text. 18 you create a touch, and then on the 21st you add to a long-term nurture plan, right? So you have 21 days with 7 opportunities to talk to your or touch your database, and it gives you all of the how that works, the text and everything. Now let's try something. Let's add it. See how you add it. So it says down here, add smart plan. When you add it, it's going to say the name of it is. I'll show you. The name is Open House Follow-up, right? When you copy it to your own library, it'll say my copy of Open House Follow-up. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you. So my Open House Follow-up, and because it has, look at this, it has 2 different smart plans included. If you do not have them included in your smart plan database, in other words, your library of smart plans, it'll tell you go back there and download those first before we can do these. Okay. In my case, I already have them, so I download, and I go back to my plans over here, and my open house follow-up right there. Now, let me show you something really. This is the reason that you have to have your own name as a contact. Look what happens when you click on this one. This one is very simple. Let's see, I think. Okay, this one doesn't have that problem, but because this was done by KW. But if you download something from a team or an agent in Orlando or Washington, whatever, it may have his name and his contact information. So you have to make sure that you go in there and you edit it and take out their information as it was yours. Because you don't want to be telling your database to go talk to another agent, right? No. So that's really kind of what it is. You have to have that part going. So let me show you one that may, see if I can find one that has that problem and see why it's important for you to do that. So let's get rid of that. Let's go to the library. Let's go to something like, let's see, what do we have here? Here we go. This is by Christine. It's a, you can watch. So let's add this smart plan. Look at this. This one is asking me to download this particular one. I don't have it, right? So I have to download that first, and it says it's done. Now I can download the door knocking smart plan. I go back to my plans, and here it is. So let's see what it says. Here, for example, it says description, update name, number, blah blah blah. Hurricane handout. Well, do you have that? IOB seller guide. Do you have that? All these things. Do you have them? If you don't have them, then you need to go in there and say what are the ones that you're going to be doing, right? So make a call. Let's see. I don't really like this one, but now here we go. It says aloha. Well, we don't say aloha here. We say hi. So you have to change it. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to keep that one because that would make something that's not Miranda, it's somebody else, and that will make it authentic. So it won't work for you, right? So you need to make sure that it's very you, something that you are going to be doing that's authentic. It's your voice, it's your brand, the way you're going to present yourself. Okay. Questions so far?
So far, so good. Oh, I have to figure out which one I rather do. This one or the long way? I think either or is fine.
Well, the thing is this, you have to have a purpose. What is your goal? I want to talk to my people. I want to send them a newsletter. I want to, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Juneteenth, Christmas, New Year, whatever it is that you want to communicate with them, you have to have a smart one.
So let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
So in this the one you just created shortly,
Yeah.
do you have a template in there that will give you an event like a Mother's Day? They have the one you set in there, or you have to do that yourself?
You have to create that in Canva, for example.
And then you do that from
Then you would embed this in your email here, and then it sends it out.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, so you create it in Canva and email it to yourself.
And you put it in
And you
here.
put it in here,
Yes.
and then it will go, oh, okay, I see. And you create it as a task.
Well, you can create, no, if you already have it in there,
In the email, you
it
have-
should be going on its own. So, for example, Mother's Day, you gotta be careful. What day's Mother's Day? You send it 1 or 2 days before, right? So it start on Friday before Mother's Day,
Yes.
or Saturday before Mother's Day. You gotta know what day it is, and then send it, start on this particular day.
Yes.
It will only do it once. In other words, the only way that it would work is if you make another Mother's Day in it, and then it keeps doing it, right? But yeah, so we have to be careful. If you do it once, it'll say end of the smart plan. So next year, beginning of the year, you can say, okay, Mother's Day is on the 12th. I'm gonna send it on the 11th or on the 10th.
Okay.
4th of July is easy. It's always on the 4th. So 3rd. Christmas is always on the same day, right? So we can always do that. Juneteenth is on the same day. New Year's on the same day. Thanksgiving is not. Thanksgiving is
And you
Thursday. Memorial Day is a Monday, but it could be a different day. Veterans Day is always the 14th of November, so that's easy. So it depends what you're sending them. If you're sending, for example, a monthly newsletter, you still have to create it, and so you would send it monthly, right? Some people spend a week at the beginning of the year creating their entire monthly newsletters for the entire year.
Okay.
So they set it up, and then they put 1st of January, 1st of February, 1st of March, and so on. That way you have all of the ones. Yeah. So
I'll be playing with
the thing is this, the way to learn this is to have an idea of what you want to do.
Yes.
That's the first thing. And then after that, we find a way to do that. So don't overthink it. A lot of people, including me, get into trouble because we try making it too complicated. It's not that complicated. And believe me, I have trouble with it because I love technology, and so to me, it's like, if it's not super complicated, it's not. But no, it's very.
I think I am really making it. To me, it's new. It just seems that very new to me. So I'm saying, no, what am I doing first? They took me all the things.
No, but you know what though, you're in a good time because first of all, being new, you don't have a lot of the old stuff that doesn't work anymore, right? And the other thing is, you're starting at a good time because there's a lot of technology that's making it easier. But don't overthink it. It's not that complicated. So.
I remind myself to tell myself that.
Okay. Any more questions about smart plans?
I just have to know how to set up my
Twilio. Ah, okay, because the class is over, but I will be glad to spend the next. Yeah, 45 minutes for the class. But let me get out of here, and I will help you with the Twilio. Do you have your credit card with you? Because it's good. They're going to ask you for money.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So.
I'm always ready.
Yeah, well, I know. It's always money.
I come ready.
Good for you. Okay, so let me show you what you need to do. You need to go into your name here. Well, yeah, we can do that. So now you need to decide how many credits you're going to buy per month. The good thing about it is if you buy too many credits, they go over forever. They never, if you don't use them this month, you can use them next month, or next month, or next. They never expire. So the lowest one is like $316 a month, I think, something like that.
So I can increase the credit as I go. So can I start with? So how much is the other? 316. How much for the spread? 316 was the low. Let us try 316. That's what I do first.
The what?
Let's do the 316.
Yeah, and you can add it later on if you need one.
Yeah.
What I did was one time I ran out of so much of credits that I bought one of the more expensive plans for 3 months, and now I have a whole bunch of credits. I went back to the $5 one, and so now I don't have to worry about it because I'm always having.
Oh, it's $5?
No, I have the next tier.
No, I see what, that's what I'm saying. It's at 316 and
5 and 10 and all that sort of
I rather do the 365 because I don't want to come back.
So let's see, there's the different plans here. Let's try that. So so you have all of these, right? If you go for that one, it's $532. If you go for the 1500, that's one I had $11. I did that for like 3 months. Now I have a bunch of credits that I paid. So and now I'm back to this.
I only do the $5.
Okay, and then add to cart.
Oh, looks like buying something.
Oh yeah. So check out.
Oh, what's that?
Easy peasy.
I wonder something.
So it's $575 with tax included. So now it's not yet. Now you put your information in there. Yeah, mahalo. Very nice, but I don't live in Hawaii, so I'll take that one. A ver, este. Thank you.